How did it leave? Leave. Okay. That shit's stupid. I don't know what I did. Am I on? Okay. Because my camera all in the goddamn way. I had to switch him. I had to switch him. What the hell? Now I'm determined to find this. Ooh, I want to watch that too. Now, where is this? Where my history? Okay, I had to switch because I want to show this video. Okay, yep, StreamYard is not for the phone. I've come to that conclusion now. What book you got? The Common Sense book that I talked about in the podcast? Oh shit, what's today? Tuesday? Oh, I need to record another podcast. I still ain't emailed it. I'ma email I'ma have a guest on for her name Vanessa, the AV Winfrey people. That whole hit. I got mine over there right now. And she gonna be a guest on the show, and she real good with budgeting and debt and all that. Like she gonna actually dig deep into it. I'm more like business oriented, but she gonna dig deep into it, baby. Cause I know this. Cause I know my necklace ain't too short. Cause I know my necklace ain't too short. I just got mad. I should have got the longer chain. The disrespect. Yeah, that book hit me. I fucks with it. What's their Instagram? I think I put their Instagram in the podcast. I know I think it's AV Winfrey. Cause they be posting all kind of stuff, like stuff that I ain't even know was a thing. Hold on. Let me make this bigger. Full screen.
Never one of a teacher shot.
More than 3 months after first grade teacher Abigail Zorner was shot by her 6-year-old student in class, the mother of that young boy has now been criminally charged. A Newport News grand jury indicting 25-year-old Deja Taylor on one count of felony child neglect and one misdemeanor count of recklessly leaving a loaded firearm so as to endanger a child.
Who would be prepared for a 6-year-old to bring a loaded weapon onto school?
After authorities announced the 6-year-old would not be charged with a crime, the Commonwealth's attorney said, every criminal case is unique in its facts, and these facts support these charges, but our investigation into the shooting continues. Abigail Zorner speaking exclusively to Savannah last month.
The initial gunshot went through my left hand. The gunshot then went into my chest up here.
The 25-year-old, who says the bullet still remains lodged in her body, is suing school administrators for $40 million, alleging gross negligence. Zorner said staff failed to act on several warnings that the 6-year-old had a gun.
Pause him. Go back. It says Breonna Foster Newton, former principal, Dr. Ebony Parker, former assistant principal. So is this a black school? I think this is a black school. I mean, I worked at a school that was like 100% blacks and Mexicans, and the principal was white. So yeah. Shit, she ain't got she gonna fucking get fired. I would say everybody get fired.
Several warnings that the 6-year-old had a gun.
Everything about this is so unthinkable.
Ooh, my bad.
I wonder what you think or how you feel about this student.
I just will never forget the look on his face that he gave me while he pointed the gun directly at me. That's something that I will never forget.
The boy's family also said he suffers from an acute disability and that he was under a care plan at the school that includes his parents accompanying him to class every day. But according to a statement from the family, the week of the shooting was the first week when they were not in class with him.
Why not?
Zorner's civil suit also alleging that the
Okay, hold on, because here come my conspiracy theorism. Why y'all wasn't in school with him that week? If y'all required to be in school with him, why y'all wasn't in school with him that week? How come the one time y'all ain't go to school with him, he took the gun, brought it to school, and shot his teacher? Y'all are required. If y'all know he got that type of disorder, first of all, if you know you got a gun in the house and a kid with a disorder, why would you send him to school by himself and you supposed to be in class with him and you not in class with him? I just see now I got caught. Now I feel like it's a setup. Like it's giving very much setup, because why you didn't go to school with him? Like what? I got questions. What was your reasoning?
parents did not agree for him to be placed into special education classrooms.
Why?
Zorner's
Hold on, because why? I'm gonna keep stopping and asking questions. Like, why didn't you agree that he deserved to be special? He obviously got a disorder. That's another good question. If he is supposed to have his parents, then why didn't his parents, like, why did they take him? Like, they should have called him into the office and said, no, your parents got to be here. Therefore, if your parents not here, you can't be in class. Send his ass home. It's so many things that they did wrong. It's so many. Oh, they finna sue the pants off the school and win. It's so many things they did wrong. Like, he wasn't even supposed to be there by himself. I ain't never even known. I ain't never seen no situation like that.
Attorney says the new indictment addresses one failure, but school leaders are also accountable.
At that point in time, you have a ticking time bomb in the school, and the school failed to do anything about it.
While questions still remain over how the 6-year-old was able to access the gun, the family has said the weapon was secured, and they've always been committed to, quote, keeping firearms out of the reach of children. Meanwhile, the school district had no comment on the indictment, but previously told NBC News they're working to address safety and security concerns in all their buildings. Savannah.
All right, Miguel, thank you. We're joined now by NBC News legal analyst Danny Ceballos. Hi, Danny. Can you just break down the charges here? You got a felony and a misdemeanor against the mom. What did the charges signify?
Yeah, the felony is your basic child neglect, very broadly drafted, and all it really requires is a reckless disregard for the child's life, or really any life. So that is one of a more general kind of statute that gets you to felony land. But the misdemeanor in this case seems almost tailor-made for this situation. It's basically negligently leaving a firearm around a child, causing some kind of risk. And what's interesting is that both of these charges focus on the child as the victim, not on the teacher as the victim. And I think that's interesting. It probably reflects a very conservative approach. They knew this would be the easiest route to a conviction, and they don't want any charges that would imply that the child had any kind of volition or control or was any independent actor.
Let's talk about the mom for just a second. What does the grand jury take into account? I mean, in all the published reports, the mom or the dad was in school with the child every day except for that one day. The mom says that the gun.
Before they get into that part, addressing, like, that's why I'm like, how did you're not supposed to have a clip in, like, ma'am, if you got a child, first of all, the gun shouldn't be loaded. Take the clip out the gun, put the safety on the gun, put it in a lock safe that a kid can't get into. I understand people, because I had this debate about my gun, about whether I have it out close to me on my dresser, under the bed, or if I have it locked up in my safe. At the time I was moving, it's locked up because it's people in and out. Like, the person that was helping me move was asking, he was like, nah, you supposed to like keep it out, like, because basically if somebody come in here on me and I'm fumbling trying to get the gun, I'm already shot, like I'm already gone or robbed or whatever, whether they have a gun or not. I'm like, okay, there's a different situation. Like, I have my gun out when I'm by myself, usually at nighttime. First of all, where I live now is definitely different from where I used to live, but it's accessible. But I have 10 godchildren though. I have people that come to my house. I got a cousin. I got nieces and nephews. Like, I'm not finna leave, baby, taking the clip. I putting the bullets up. I don't want nothing. And it's so goddamn high. It's gonna take I have to have a step stool to get to that motherfucker. Like, I'm not taking no risk. So you cannot sit here and tell me the child ain't load the gun. The child didn't do none of it, didn't cut the safety off the gun. And then for him to it had to been loaded. Like you said, it wasn't put up properly, and it had to been loaded with the safety off. And then how did you even get it in the backpack on the school bus or to the school, in the car? However you got to the school, through the school, look. Even when me and my ex used to carry our guns around, usually if we was together, we would carry his gun. My gun mainly stays at the house. He would keep the safety on because he would have the gun either like on his side or like on the console or whatever. He was from Memphis, child. He hood in the motherfucker. That gun was gonna be in his lap or something. It was gonna be real close. It wasn't up under the seat. None of that shit. He kept the safety on though, because either one of us can accidentally shoot our motherfucking self. And then he would go in the store and give it to me, nigga. The safety's still on. It don't take but a click to cut it off. And we adults. Like, you got to keep yourself safe. Like, you got to go through all, like, do the kid ride to school? He probably ride the short bus. I feel like he ride the short bus. Yeah, he ride the short bus. Yeah. But with a gun in your, I just don't understand. That just makes no sense to me. It's like just really thinking about the shit and the fact that this baby was actually able to shoot a loaded weapon, to transport and shoot a loaded weapon.
Was on a top shelf. She called it with some kind of trigger lock, keeping it away. What factors is the grand jury taking into account when they're deciding whether or not to charge the mother?
All they need is probable cause in a case like this. And they've got a lot of the evidence already known in the public. You have a firearm, you know who it belonged to, the child got a hold of it, the child came to school, the child used it and caused someone injury. On the defense side, which really doesn't come up at the grand jury phase, but you can expect, and you can already see them formulating their defense, which is, hey, look, we secured the gun. They'll probably bring in witnesses and other evidence to say we had this gun secured, but that raises a problem that I call the abracadabra problem. Well, if you had it so secured in the house, how did the child get the gun? And then that may mean, who do you call as the witness if you're the prosecution? A 6-year-old or maybe a 7-year-old by then. And that is problematic. I've cross-examined children that age and above. It is not easy. It's not a fun place to be at all.
Yeah, it's one of those, it sort of speaks for itself. If the gun is in the hands of a 6-year-old, almost by definition, it isn't sufficiently secured if that's where you ended up. How do you see this playing out? I mean, do you think a plea deal is likely?
I do in this case, because the facts are all there. The defense, as I see it building up, is not going to be that strong because, just like you said, let's say they put on good testimony that the gun was completely secured. Well, then what's the theory? That somebody else broke in, unlocked the gun, gave it to the child? That's not going to work. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see a plea here. These charges are ones that you can work with. The state may be willing to work with it, especially if they're willing to come down off the felony and maybe plead to the misdemeanor. But but the state may not be willing to do that given the high profile nature of this case and the fact that you have a victim in the form of a teacher who acted so heroically. You may not want to let this parent off with just a misdemeanor if you're the state.
And just real quickly, there is a civil lawsuit against the school administrators, the assistant principal, the superintendent, and the school itself. It sounds like the prosecutor is still very much looking at those facts and whether anyone else could be held criminally responsible.
Yeah, very much so. It may be the case, and we were talking briefly about this, that they wanted to get the indictment on the parent, and that's an easier path. But for this more complex, thorny issue of how responsible are school boards and school administrators, which, by the way, is an issue that has been litigated a ton in the civil context. So you don't see it a lot in the criminal context. This is a complex issue. They may need to devote more special grand jury time to it to get it right.
All right, NBC News legal analyst Danny Savalas. Danny, thank you very much.
He definitely did that shit.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at a
loaded firearm. So
yeah, he did that shit. He's yeah. He hit the head on the nail with that motherfucker. Like the school ain't gonna face, nobody in the school is gonna face charges. Like the superintendent, like everybody, and then it's like, well, do we feel like the superintendent should be held accountable? Like, how high does the accountability go? Like, because the superintendent, we talking, that's about as high as it's gonna get. District, well, I know here. I don't know how other districts work, but I know here that's how it works. I'm really mad my necklace this short because it's hiding and I don't appreciate it. Because it's my granny name. Granny, can you please? Like, why would you do this to me? So, like, I don't think that the school administrators are going to be criminally or held criminally responsible, but civil, oh, they going to have to come off their money. And like you said, they going to settle that shit out of court. They gonna settle that shit out of court. They gonna try to sweep that shit under the rug. And the administrator is fine. The administrator is fine. I don't know what's going on with my throat. Do I have my water in? I got my ginger ale. The principal. What happens to the principal? She already either stepped down or got fired. And notice how they don't even give details on that. They just say former principal, former assistant principal. Like, did they get fired? Like, did they get fired or did they voluntarily step down? Like, is this a PR move? Like, what happened? What did y'all do to them? Like, is anybody asking more questions? Like, I need more footage. I need more. I got more questions. And again, that's why the title says, should they be held accountable? Like, should they be held accountable, and to what capacity should they be held accountable? That's what I personally think the question is. Yeah, and that happened at my last job. Like, a couple jobs ago. That's what they do. Like, they were known for doing that. Like, either you can leave voluntarily or we can fire you. Which one you want to do? And it was a nonprofit, so they didn't pay unemployment. So they went either way, but it's like, it's all PR. And the reason why they did it is because they used to do it like that is because it was a PR move. It's a PR move and it's a money move. Excuse me. But it would have been in their best interest to fire them. Like, see, this is us taking accountability by firing the principal and the assistant principal. Yeah, that's how I feel like. Because at first I said no. At first I said no before I knew that his backpack was searched. When I found out that his backpack was searched and that somebody said something that he might have a gun, then I was like, oh shit. Okay, then yes. But at first I was like, no, why would you hold the administrators accountable for something that they didn't know about or couldn't prevent? But now that I know that they did, okay, that's a whole nother different situation. But they do need some accountability because they shouldn't, if his parents have to be with him in class and they weren't with him, they shouldn't have allowed him to go to class. Because obviously the disorder has to be severe to the fact where if your parents got to come to class with you, then you some ain't right. You need to be homeschooled at that point. God damn. Like, do they have to sit in the class or just drop him off at class? Probably sit in the. That part confused me a little bit. Like that part is, and then they refused for him to be in special. They didn't want him to be in special ed. Baby, he's something wrong with him. Like, call your mama. Get your mama on the phone. Miss Taylor, you know you're supposed to be up at the school. Because I was going to give him a random name. But Trayvon is up here, and you know you're supposed to be at this school with him. So we're going to need you to come pick him up because he's not allowed to be at school on his own or in class by himself. Yeah. You know the rules. Like, that's literally how I would have called. Like, and that's probably, ain't nothing wrong with my child. Y'all always trying to, now don't get me wrong, people do, like, they do try to slap labels on our kids of color. On our POCs, but sometimes it be something really wrong with us though. Like, cause baby, slap a label on me, I'm bipolar as hell. I knew when I went from laughing and giggling to throwing motherfucking TVs in 2 minutes, someone right in my motherfucking head. But as a kid, I used to do that shit, and my mama just thought I was bad as fuck. Nah. Like, nah, that's why I'm glad. Like, one of my friends, Stephanie, gonna do me and one of my friends, Stephanie, gonna do a mental health and mukbang video. Oh, that gonna be tough. I want to do it on live. That whole gonna be live if we do it on live. I just thought about that. At first, I was just gonna record it, but now that I'm thinking about it, that it need to be live. Yep. It's gonna be on the 22nd. When is that Sunday? Yeah, I think it's gonna be on the 22nd. Let me see. I don't want to get it wrong. 23rd. It's gonna be on the 23rd. Oh no, definitely not. Oh, definitely not. And that's the problem. That it's not common, and it's not common, and it's like shunned upon, like it's frowned upon. Like, you can't be depressed, especially if you're from the generation of like my grandmother. It's like, what is depression? Why are you sad? What's wrong with you? You need to be happy. The Lord bless you with another day. Like, my grandma pulled that shit the other day, and I was like, I agree. I don't get me wrong. Yes, God bless you with another day. We know who I am. We know I just got Romans 8:28 tatted on my goddamn arm just now. Bleeding. I'm bleeding. I know what the words say. But at the same time, God gave us therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists, all of that to help us because we are still human with chemical imbalances in our brain. Again, I know I got a chemical imbalance because I literally, let me tell you how my day went yesterday. Tell you how my day went. Yesterday, I'm already tired. I'm planning this gala. Yesterday, y'all seen how excited I was. If y'all seen that video when I got that big old box of gifts. Oh, what gifts? These gifts. My purse, 1, purse 2. This is my laptop bag. I just ain't put my laptop in it yet because I'm on it. I was happy. Hey, I'm talking about excited, elated at the gifts that I got. Baby, I recorded 2 45-minute YouTube reaction videos. And my editing software shut down and deleted my files. And I had recorded them at like 12 at night. It was the night before. And I tried my hardest and I couldn't get them back. They were already edited. Chopped up everything. See, y'all, Patreon seen the behind the scenes of editing a reaction video, but that shit is hard as fuck. It's not easy to edit videos, period. Baby, when I tell you I wanted to cry, especially because I paid for the software. That happened. I take my gala seriously. Somebody started talking about not coming to my gala. That made me mad. I'm still fooling with the YouTube shit. I still got to do shit for the gala. Baby, I was literally sitting here like, I want to tear some shit up so fucking bad. That ring light was fenced to be on the ground. Legitimately on the ground. I think I kicked something. I don't know what it was, but I kicked something. I think, I threw my shoe. That's what it was. I threw my shoe. Mind you, I was just excited earlier that day, got upset, got frustrated, threw my goddamn shoe across the room, screamed, and literally 5 minutes later started listening to gospel music, and I started praising. You bipolar bitch. You went from happy to frustrated to mad to throwing shit angry, back to happy. Thank you, Lord. Time to go to bed in a span of probably 2 hours. I don't know. I don't know. I need to look that up because I got to find one if we do. I know we got that no, that axe throwing is not. No, that's axe throwing. Okay, never mind. I thought that was I'm thinking about something else. But I heard of them, no. I heard about them. Ooh, these waist beads. But I went through 5 different emotions in 2 hours. Like, girl, what is wrong with you? And I used to do that all the time and never knew why. And when I finally started going to a therapist that eventually talked me into going to a psychiatrist, then I understood. But growing up, I didn't go to therapy, which is when I needed it the most, because that just wasn't a thing in my family. That ain't a thing it wasn't a thing in my household. What you need to go to therapy for? Therapy for what? I don't want all my business out on the street. I don't want you telling my business to no strangers. And it's that what goes in home, stay at home bullshit that I can't fucking stand. No, Lord. No, Lord. Because that's what we ain't going to do. No. That shit is ridiculous. But I think I'm glad that the mother was charged. She definitely needs to be charged with that felony and that misdemeanor. Girl, I hate that fucking saying. And sweeping shit under the rug, pretending like it never happened, pisses me off. Makes me mad as hell. No. I'm glad the mama got charged. I feel like the administrators that knew, like you said, whoever knew about it needs to be held accountable. But if you didn't know about it, you didn't know about it. That's why I don't feel like the superintendent needs to be. I feel like the school needs to be held accountable, but not the district. Because now you're going, every school is different. I used to work at a school, and I worked at, it's kind of like a charter school, kind of sort of not, it wasn't really considered within the district. Like basically they got their money from grants and stuff. It wasn't associated with the district. But the school I worked at wasn't that bad. Same, it's called Yes Prep. Same school system, but different location. Ran completely different principal, different all that. That's just like saying if something happened over there, we liable for it or we got to deal with the consequences. No, I feel like it should be a school thing. I don't particularly feel like the superintendent should be held accountable unless it's something that I do not know. Because like I said, at first, I didn't think the school should be held accountable at all. But then I found out they searched the bag and knew about the gun and didn't do nothing. Now, okay, now y'all need to be held accountable for sure. And whoever makes the decisions on whether he should have stayed in class or not. Yeah, like it was one article where the lady was saying she don't even want to take her kids back to school. Like she don't even want her kids going back to the school. Baby, them parents finna tear that motherfucker up. them parents ain't having that bullshit. And then you gonna have scared teachers. Like it's so much after effect of it. Like who she suing them for $40 million? Damn. Ooh-wee. She finna eat. Yeah, she finna eat for sure. She did. I want to know what they gonna settle for. Like, I got so many questions. Oh my God. I got so many questions. Yeah, it's Richneck Elementary School. Yep. Pre-K, kindergarten. Like that could have went so bad. That could have went so bad. It could have went so much worse than it did. Like I don't understand. That mama, I didn't know she was only 26. I still want to know the race though. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know why I want to know that so bad, but that's just me. I want to know the race when it comes to everything. I'm going to get a full set tomorrow. That was random. But what I am about to do is I'm about to do a video on this Joel Guy Jr. dude you was telling me about. Is that right? Did I get it right? I found a video. Because it'd be hard for me to try to find videos that's not copyrighted. But I think I found one, though. I think. Oh, he might. Oh. Okay, he look weird. I don't know if I want to use his video. And then Sarah Boone did not go to trial today like she was supposed to. Or yesterday. I'm mad. Yeah, I found one. This is Monsters. So is it a specific video or just his story in general? This is Monsters. Why is not playing? What happened? Okay. I can't use this one because it got an age restriction and I don't want them to restrict that one. You told me about it. I'm like, you asking me? You the one who told me. You said something about the parents. It's the one who did something to his parents. Let me see. And hush, hush. So you weird. Okay, no, I don't like this one either. Let me see. I think this is the one. Okay, this is the one I found it. I found it. It's Film Rise. Film Rise True Crime. Oh yeah. Okay, I found one on Film Rise True Crime page. Hopefully they don't copyright. Oh, Sarah Boone is the one that put a boyfriend in a suitcase. It's not funny, but it's like, oh my god. That's the one, the video I did of the white lady who put her boyfriend in a suitcase and killed him. Chop. That was her boyfriend. She put her boyfriend in a suitcase and killed him. Her trial, she been in jail since 2020, and her trial was supposed to be yesterday, and they didn't do it. If they did it, it ain't no news coverage on it, because I don't look. Because I want to follow up on that. Oh, I got to take a bath with this damn tattoo. Oh, fuck me. Damn. But I did. Damn. Child, y'all be having to send, y'all gonna have to do like Brooklyn them do. Tamika sends me links all day. Y'all gonna have to send me the links to the videos. I be needing some videos. Cause y'all be telling me stuff and I be like, who? Or give me a name like you did with the other one so I can look it up. Hell, if I type in lady who killed her stepson, ain't no telling what the fuck gonna pop up. Y'all like these crimes, the crime videos? At first they was just on Patreon, but then I was like, I'm gonna start doing them on YouTube. But at first they was just on Patreon. Do I want to? Let me see. How I want to do it. Do I want to do reaction or do I want to do unlisted live? Or just live? I'm trying to think of the easiest way I want to do it. With that one. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I might do that one as no. Yeah, I'm going to do that one as a reaction video. Yeah, because I like to be comfortable and shit. Well, Dragon, I appreciate you for talking to me. I'm finna go take a bath, and then I'm gonna do this video on this Joe Guy Jr. Now, I ain't seen don't tell me too much, because I ain't seen it. You already told me what the important part. But I found the little video on him, so I'm sure about to react to it. Damn. Y'all like the crime shows. I'm gonna have to start doing those. Cause I watch them, but I think it's because I like Criminal Minds and shit. Like, yeah. Oh, and can you message me your thing? Did you message me your Zelle? Did I miss it? Send me your Zelle on Instagram. I hang up when you say okay. Okay. Ooh, I'm excited. Thank you. And to everybody else, put your opinions in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about should the school be held accountable, who in the school should be held accountable, all that. I want to hear opinions. Don't be disrespectful because I will remove your shit. Just letting you know. So until the next one, bye.